So this is a review for Corn Plastered, and with me today to help me get plastered after watching this cartoon is my good friend Blue Genocide. Say hi.
It's been so long since I've recorded one of these, and
That's why we need to be plastered for it, for sure.
yeah, definitely.
But we'll get into that in a few moments, so just get the initial bits out of the way. So this is Corn Plastered, released on the 3rd of March 1951, and it's the 614th in the series, and it's directed by Bob McKimson. You can find this on the Looney Tunes Superstars Porky Pig and Friends, and this one is clearly on the Friends part of that, not Porky Pig, as he does not appear in this one whatsoever. And there is a HD version lurking around in some... I don't know, you just have to look for it, unfortunately. Hopefully it'll come on disc at some point in the future. So, the synopsis. Well, we've got an obnoxious crow, we've got an annoyed farmer, and the crow just gives him grief throughout the whole cartoon, and that's pretty much it. I know I made it sound uninteresting. Yeah, well, we'll get into that. We will definitely get into that. But let's go through some trivia. So, as per the animated draft, the original title was Schmoe Crow, which you were saying before the recording, Blue?
Perfect name for this character.
Yep, who is actually unnamed in this particular short. Now, you'll notice the crow, it wears a hat, and it has like a propeller on top. I was looking into that, and apparently that was popularized by author Ray Nelson. I don't know how extensively true that actually is, but a lot of articles I'm reading attributes that author to that propeller hat. And you'll see that propeller hat a lot if you watch the Beanie and Cecil cartoon of the early 60s done by Bob Clampett anyway. And it's not a hat I would wear, but maybe I should wear it for any future recordings. What do you think, Blue?
It could make you look distinguished.
For once. Yes, for once. And in case you're wondering what song was sung in the beginning by the crow, if you can even understand him, it's the Old Apple Tree, and he just sings it with his own lyrics. Although I'm curious about what piano piece he plays later on. I don't know if that's a Starling original or if it was, if it comes from anywhere. Let me know if you know the answer in the comments below. Another interesting thing about this short is that this actually uses I don't know if the word popular is correct here, but uses a radio actor by the name of Pat Patrick, who does the voice of the crow. My good friend Devin Baxter did an article about the various radio personalities who appeared in some of these shorts, and he writes for Corn Plastered that McKimson had enlisted radio actor Pat Patrick, and the voice was based off of Patrick's pixie-like character Ursula Twig from the Chase and Sanborn Hour with Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Now, where have you seen Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy before the Blue?
Fun and fancy free. I am the one person in the world that has seen that more than anybody else. I can probably guarantee that.
But essentially, yeah, that ventriloquist and that dummy. Now, the crow's farewell in the cartoon, the goodbye, goodbye, that was the same as the character on the radio and in each of his appearances on the program. I'll have a link to that article that Devin did, so if you want to explore some of the other radio actors in some of these other shorts. So, Blue, I'm sorry to get you on this one, and I know some people like this one, and I apologize if you do.
You were saying that, but I just imagine that there's somebody out there who's a big fan of this short, and saw that, it was me and you doing this commentary and was really excited to hear us talk about it, and we're just dumping all over it. So for that one person out there, I apologize.
Yes. But let's go through some positives out of this first, because, you know what? It isn't a terrible short by any means. It is watchable.
No, I've seen worse.
Yeah, way worse. Just watch a buddy short.
I just had to re-edit the Censored 11 ones not too long ago.
Yes, and I'm sure you had a lot of fun doing those. I'm being, of course, completely sarcastic there. But let's go through some of the good points of this cartoon, because I do enjoy parts of it. So, of course, Mel Blanc, I think, is probably one of, if not the best thing of this short.
Crow, if I see him, I'll blow his no good head off. Eating up all my corn, I'll fill his corn-fed carcass full of lead.
Yeah, he's done farmer voices before, but I don't know, in this one, he just sounds really decrepit. I just love his delivery in this short. I don't know, I just do. And if some of the gags I enjoy, and for example, I like how he just shoots close range into the stump. I mean, we all know how bullets work, right? The whole thing just looks ridiculous. But anyway, that's it's just a cartoon. Yeah, I know. Those are the comments. I get it. Yes, I know I'm thinking too much into it. My favorite gag involves the tree and the old car. Now, kids, you may not be aware, because these days you may be driving around in cars that, or, you know, as a passenger most likely, and the car would be switched on by a key, or in a lot of more modern cars, a push button. But back in the day, the first cars did not have that. Instead, you had to crank up the motor. So you had to physically go in the front of the car, yes, even if it's raining, you had to crank up the motor and get the thing started. So I do like the fact that this farmer is not only decrepit, but he might be really cheap and just loves his really old car from the 1910s.
I'm going to say that the way you described that made you sound like 30, 40 years older than you already are.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to be like that farmer, I reckon, once other people start doing reviews of the Looney Tunes that I've seen around. Just become this really decrepit. Who's showing them reviews? Oh, that's awful. That's awful. But anyway, this gag's great because, I mean, you can sort of figure where it was going to go, but it's still funny how, you know, with the whole shadow and then the car, he ends up moving the car, but the tree gets him anyway. You know it's going to happen, but it's still pretty good timing in that.
Yeah, you know what, I gotta say, I've been watching one of Chuck Jones' last productions. I can't remember his first name, but it's a Timberwolf character that was animated completely in Flash. It was one of the last things that Chuck Jones was a part of. And I gotta say, there's no timing in that because it's
early
Flash animation. It's not very fluid. So it was really nice to see an actual, like, tree crash, pratfall, whatever, with actual timing. So that was really good.
We, of course, see another reverse psychology involving the fridge, and that's pretty much shades of Bugs Bunny right there, but hey, it's still pretty funny. I like those sort of word plays in these sort of shorts.
You know the little light stays on when you close the door?
Does not.
Does too.
Does not.
Does too.
Does not.
Well, there's a way to find out.
There's apparently a whole book on killing crows. I must have missed that in my local library. I didn't realize that there's enough on killing crows that would take on a whole book, but there you are. And lastly, that cannonball gag, it's ridiculous and it's quite dark. I mean, what? This crow, as you said, was mildly infuriating, and you're like, oh well, I'll just drown. I'll just die. That's it.
Yeah, I'm done.
So it's like, okay, fine.
Why this crow never reappeared is because he drove everybody else to suicide.
Yeah, I would say so. And now we got to talk about this crow. And I'm sorry, guys. If you like this crow, that's great. If you like this short, again, that's great. I'm not gonna say bad things of, you know, if people like things that I don't like, but except for Shrek, of course. But
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, I figured. But anyway, I'm kidding. But this crow, my biggest problem is, I don't know if it's the performance, I don't know if it's the recording itself, or if it's a mixture of both. I just found it hard to understand this particular crow. It could just be me, I don't know.
When they put this corny phantom out to God the golden phantom, I just laughed till I thought I would die. You missed me. Well, you didn't exactly miss me either, but I wasn't exactly standing where you shot. Nice instrument, Junior. I say, it's a nice instrument, Junior. That is all but the C-sharp key. Listen. Oh, my goodness sakes alive, but that's easily fixed. Okay, Charlie, toss it up. Coming up. Hot rivet. Attaboy, Joe. Hold it. Watch out. Don't break the window. It's all fixed. Oh, yes, it is. It's all fixed now. It's not broken anymore. It's all fixed now.
I mean, did you find it hard to understand this crow half the time?
I don't know. I kind of looked at this character. I heard his voice, and I could just tell it was a product of the 50s. Like, it's just not one of those type of characters that really holds the test of time. Like, to me, I look at this crow, and I think either he's a rejected Terry Toon character, a Patty the Pelican side character, or 50s Poochie.
50s Poochie, there's the Simpsons.
Thought I'd add that one to make you happy.
There you are, and you made Manny happy. The Toonie Tanner are afraid of the channel. You made him happy too, so there you are. But, I don't know, guys. So I can see why this crow went nowhere. There was just nothing to it. You know, and I'm not blaming Pat Patrick here for the delivery. Like, his voice might have worked in that radio show, and by many accounts, a lot of people listening to that radio show really enjoyed it, but I don't know, this short just didn't work for me. But hey, if you disagree, yeah, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see if me and you, Blue, are the minority with this short or not. Really am curious, but I just don't find this crow funny. It's one of the few times, as you've said to me before this recording, that we want the farmer to actually win, you know?
I feel like this is a Terry Toon with a higher budget.
Yeah, so in terms of my score, look, I'm giving this one about 6.5 out of 10. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not even terrible. It's just forgettable. I just don't care about this particular short. I mean, if it's on, yeah, I'd watch it for those few funny gags, and the animation's great. I mean, McKimson of this time period, the animation, of course, is going to be great to watch, but otherwise, honestly, forgot I even watched this short. Apparently, I had it on disc this entire time, that Superstars disc, but yeah, I forgot.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. Can you say the name of that disc one more time?
Looney Tunes Superstars, Porky and Friends.
Sounds like Porky and Friends, and just like Garfield and Friends, I do not care about the farm creatures.
Wow, okay. Fair enough. I haven't seen that show for ages, but I know the one.
Well, I mean, come on, like U.S. Acres is not like Garfield.
But what score would you give this one? Be honest.
You know, I feel like 6 is too high. I have to go with a 5.
It's not McKimson's finest, but hey, it's not his worst, and it's not even the worst the studio done. Just full stop. So if you get a chance to watch it, give it a go. Make up your own mind. I'm sure there's ways of finding it online, but just don't ask me because I'm not going to share it. So, yep, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.
Boo!
So will be. Goodbye now. Goodbye.